understand why you dance, why you want to make dance a full-time career, and there has to be way more abundant reasons for you to dance than there are reasons that other people will have that you should not dance. What's up, world? Welcome to The Movement, where we discuss all things dance, life, and this profound, powerful dance through life. Whether you're a dancer, a little klutzy, or just a lot of curious, this show is all levels friendly, baby. So lace up and let's go. You know that feeling you get when you want to dance and live life to the fullest, but you're paralyzed and you can't bring yourself to move. You can't bring yourself to dance and mingle freely. That feeling of, I must forewarn everyone that I have two left feet just to lower the expectations and decrease the chances of complete embarrassment. I know that feeling all too well because that is exactly who I used to be. Then through dance, I learned how to connect mind and body and to decrease that voice in my head that was so concerned about what others thought about me. I learned to increase the positive language as I spoke to myself and changed the course of my entire life dramatically. I want to help you overcome that same exact thing. Each week, I'll be holding a live class session where you will learn how to become the most confident version of yourself in dance and in life, while being able to ask any questions you have in a community of others just like yourself. Go down to hasdancecamp.co. That's HAS dancecamp.co. I'll drop the link down in the description. I look forward to seeing you and building with you. Now let's get back to the show. What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Movement. Why? Because it's not about the movement. It's never been about the movement. It's always been about what the move meant. I'm your host, Melvin Ac Howell. Today, what is today? Today, it's just me. You got me, baby, and we're gonna get through this thing. It's okay. I got some things I gotta do, but we're gonna get through this episode just for you. So let's jump right in. You dig? So there are so many people who, and I was one of these people who thought that dancing as a career and dancing for a living was not an option. Like, it wasn't a thing. It was just a thing of fantasy. Like, maybe you would hit, maybe somebody would. It's kind of like the lottery, right? Like, you see people in dance films and stuff and you're like, oh, that's dope, I want to do that, but it seems out of reach. And these are my thoughts as a kid. Like, this is out of reach. Like, I want to do that, but is it really possible? And maybe you're the same way. Maybe you're new to dance and you really admire dance and you would love to do dance as a career and make money dancing because it's what you love to do. But it just feels out of reach and not accessible. Or maybe you're not new to dance. Maybe you've been dancing for a long time and you're still in the corporate field or the 9 to 5, but dancing is really what you're passionate about, and that's what you want to do full time. You want to be able to make a good living doing dance. But then we have people, and a lot of times they're people closest to us, like friends and family, who are like, no, like that's a hobby. Like, you need to get a real job, yada, yada, yada. I'm here to let you know, as living, breathing proof, someone who comes from poverty and lots of dysfunction, that dancing for a living, dancing as a career, is a real thing. And today we're going to go through some building blocks, some actionable steps that you can take, whether you're a new dancer or a seasoned dancer, making it an actual career, like a full-time thing, not just doing little gigs here and there and doing stuff on the side. But like, if you want to make dance a career, I got you. And we're going to go through the top 5 major keys to building and maintaining a successful dance career. So, that being said, if either one of those examples are you, new or seasoned dancer, and you want to make dance a full-time career and work on your own schedule, this is the episode for you. So I need you to stay tuned all the way through to the end. Go ahead, hit like, share, subscribe, get your friends, pause it if you need to, get your friends, have them come listen to this. If you on Spotify, if you on Anchor, if you on YouTube, get your friends if they got this the same desire to have dance as a career, have them watch this with you. Here we go. So 5 steps. We're gonna make this real quick and real simple for you. Yeah. So number 1, you have to ask yourself this question: why do I want to make dance a career? This is absolutely step number 1. Here's why. You need to understand your purpose for dancing and understand your purpose for choosing dance as a career. Okay, understand your purpose for dancing. Why do you dance? Okay, I dance because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like the most genuine and real version of myself. And I chose dance as a career. Personally, I chose dance as a career because it helped me through so much. And I know that I had the gift and the ability to use dance to help others with those same things, if not more than what I experienced in my own personal life. Okay. Now, the reason that in relation to step number 1, the reason that I've had a successful dance career and my dance career is actually growing is because my purpose for dancing, my purpose for choosing dance as a career outweighed everything else. Okay, there was absolutely nothing that anybody could say to me to get me to not choose dance. So here's a little story. As a kid, when you're a kid, like, most kids at least have like a very, very vivid, like a very vibrant imagination. And they want to do this, that, and the other when they get older. Whenever I grow up, I want to be an astronaut, and I want to be a scientist, and I want to be a rapper, and I want to be a basketball player. And in a way that was me. Like, I knew that I was meant for so many great things. And I knew that if I put my mind and my heart and my soul to it, I could achieve them. You know that feeling you get when you want to dance and live life to the fullest, but you're paralyzed and you can't bring yourself to move. You can't bring yourself to dance and mingle freely. That feeling of, I must forewarn everyone that I have 2 left feet just to lower the expectations and decrease the chances of complete embarrassment. I know that feeling all too well because that is exactly who I used to be. Then through dance, I learned how to connect mind and body and to decrease that voice in my head that was so concerned about what others thought about me. I learned to increase the positive language as I spoke to myself and changed the course of my entire life dramatically. I want to help you overcome that same exact thing. Each week, I'll be holding a live class session where you will learn how to become the most confident version of yourself in dance and in life, while being able to ask any questions you have in a community of others just like yourself. Go down to hasdancecamp.co. That's hasdancecamp.co. I'll drop the link down in the description. I look forward to seeing you and building with you. Now let's get back to the show. So at one point I wanted to be a rapper, and then that kind of flopped on its face because I was in middle school. I had been writing rhymes and things for a while since elementary school. I got to middle school, and one of my friends that I made in Jersey, he's now my brother, Justin. I rapped to him something that I had wrote, and this man's reaction was, "Oh man, all right." And then the man walked away. My rapid dreams was crushed, y'all. My rapping dreams was crushed. And from that moment, I knew I was like, I can rhyme, but I'm not a rapper. Like I just knew, you know. And then I also wanted to be a heart surgeon. Cause see, me and my family, we used to have this time where it's called family time, where everybody would come to the living room and we would watch a movie or a show or something. And we always watched we watched a lot of different shows together, but one of the shows we watched so frequently, and this was mainly because my stepmom loved watching these, were like surgery shows, like plastic surgery, heart surgery, all of those types of shows that they used to play very, very often. And we got Netflix and stuff now, so I don't really watch cable TV, so I don't know if they still have shows like this, but nonetheless, I saw the impact that these doctors and these nurses and surgeons were making on other people's lives, like literally saving lives, and the gratefulness inside of the tears of the family members and the actual patients was life changing for me. It was like, wow, like these people are really making a change. And I want to do that. I want to make a difference like that too. Like I want to be a heart surgeon. So that was my plan. I was like, I'm gonna go to Duke University. I'm gonna get the best medical education. I'm gonna be at the top of my class, so on and so forth. And then, um, unfortunately, and like I have a much better relationship with my parents now, but they talked me down from that. It was like, you're not smart enough. You can't even stand the sight of blood. How are you gonna be a surgeon? You can't help nobody if you passed out, all this and all that. Your grades ain't good enough. And that literally crushed my dreams of making an impact in this world as a heart surgeon. So I didn't stop trying in school, but I didn't try as hard because I wasn't smart enough. I didn't read enough, didn't read fast enough. I didn't feel good enough. And so my purpose for and again, I was a kid. So this was like elementary school, like middle school, even like up to my freshman year of high school. Um, and I was dancing during this time too, but what I'm trying to get at is my purpose, even though my purpose for wanting to be a heart surgeon was great, I didn't have more reasons for wanting to be a heart surgeon than the reasons that people around me had that I wasn't good enough to be a heart surgeon. So, understand why you dance, why you want to make dance a full-time career, and there has to be way more abundant reasons for you to dance than there are reasons that other people will have that you should not dance. And if you're new to dance, maybe you're not the best right now, and that's perfectly fine. I promise you, these people that you see on TV, 99% of the time, they're not born this good. They're not born this good. It takes practice and training, and anyone can dance, and anyone can train to be an amazing dancer. Now, not everybody is going to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time, because they're just levels. Some kids are born with great rhythm and the ability to synthesize and dissect music and move to it in different ways, but they still have to train it, because if they think they've made it at that point, then anyone can surpass them, right? So they still have to train that. But because they were born with that gift, as opposed to someone who's not born with that gift, they're already several steps ahead, and they just got to keep training to make sure they stay ahead. Whereas someone who wasn't born with that gift, they have to train that gift and then start building on top of that. So anyone can dance, first of all, because I got two left feet all the time. No, you don't. You just got to train your right foot to be a right foot. You feel me? Um, and anyone, no matter what level of skill you're at right now, can make dance a career. Trust me, yo. I auditioned for I was on So You Think You Can Dance so many different times, bro. I auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance and other TV shows so many different times. The people that make it through some of these auditions don't they didn't really have it. And that just shows me like, and there are many other things that go into this that make you stand out, to make dance a successful career. Okay, but again, I'm about to move on to number 2. Number 1, plain and simple, understand why you dance and understand why you're choosing dance as a career. And lastly, for number 1, there has to be more reasons for you to dance than there are reasons for you not to dance. All right, moving on to number 2. My bad, y'all. That was a lot. Moving on to number 2. In order to make dance a successful career, you have to do it for the love of dance, not because you're seeking fame and notoriety. This one's huge. This one is so huge. I'm going to keep this one simple and short, and we're going to keep moving. Dance because you love dance and because of the effect that dance has on you and the the positive effects that dance can have on others. Don't do dance because you want to be rich and famous and have notoriety and have a bunch of screaming fans because you're going to fall on your face. I'm going to tell you right now, because it doesn't work that way. You know that feeling you get when you want to dance and live life to the fullest, but you're paralyzed and you can't bring yourself to move. You can't bring yourself to dance and mingle freely. That feeling of, I must forewarn everyone that I have 2 left feet just to lower the expectations and decrease the chances of complete embarrassment. I know that feeling all too well, because that is exactly who I used to be. Then through dance, I learned how to connect mind and body and to decrease that voice in my head that was so concerned about what others thought about me. I learned to increase the positive language as I spoke to myself and changed the course of my entire life dramatically. I want to help you overcome that same exact thing. Each week, I'll be holding a live class session where you will learn how to become the most confident version of yourself in dance and in life, while being able to ask any questions you have in a community of others just like yourself. Go down to hasdancecamp.co. That's hasdancecamp.co. I'll drop the link down in the description. I look forward to seeing you and building with you. Now let's get back to the show. Opportunities don't gravitate, especially in this realm of dance. Opportunities do not gravitate toward people who are doing it for the accolades. Doesn't work that way. Opportunities gravitate towards those who train hard, earn it, and are humble about it. And because they do it for the love. Whenever you do something for the love of it, the product is always going to be more powerful and more profound. And that passion is going to emit from that way more than if you're just doing it for the money. Because if you're doing it for the money and the notoriety and what have you, you're going to try to follow trends. You're going to be a copycat. You're not going to be original. That's it. Do it for the love, not for the notoriety, the fame, the money, yada, yada, yada. Number 3, be humble. Nobody likes working with people, especially in the dance industry, because it's mad annoying and it's super inconvenient to everybody. No one wants to work with anybody who is cocky or conceited or narcissistic. Nobody is going to work with those types of people. So if that's you, you got to check that now, because I promise you're not going to have a successful career. You're not. And that's really it. For number 3, that's really it. Be humble. People love working with dancers who are humble. Now, I'm not saying dim your light. Don't dim your light, because then that takes away from your shine. You feel me? You got to be confident, not cocky. Confidence, not cocky. Okay? Walk into these auditions with confidence. Like, whenever I go into auditions or whenever I go into choreographing music videos or shows or competitions, whatever the case may be, I walk in there like, I'm finna I'm finna win this. I'm finna get this spot. Like, finna get this gig because I'm really that guy, and I've been training my butt off my whole life for this opportunity. So I have nothing to fear. Versus going in there and underestimating everybody and being like, whack, whack, whack. Nobody is as good as me, and I know it all, and it's about to be a cakewalk. Okay, nobody ain't gonna want to work with me, and nobody's gonna want to work with you. So be humble and confident, not conceited and narcissistic. Moving on to number 4, you have to train to perfect your craft and how you deliver it. At no point are you going to get to, like, how do I make this plain and simple? If you don't train and you feel like you've made it, somebody's going to take your spot. There's always somebody out there who's working longer, harder, stronger, more to perfect their craft because they want it more. There's always somebody who's going to want it more. And if you think that, if you get to that point where it's like, all right, I've made it, I can chill out as far as like training and just stay status quo. Boo boo. It don't work that way. Somebody's going to take your spot. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Because when dance is constantly evolving, dance is constantly changing. If you're not constantly evolving and changing and being a visionary and being more creative with all the changes that are happening in the dance world constantly, you're going to fall behind and you're just losing out. You're just losing out. It's that simple. So continue your training. Now, it doesn't mean that you got to like train until you got bruised ankles and yada, yada, yada. But like, because you want to listen to your body. Listen to your body. But you do want to continue your training. Yeah, go and take classes. Never stop being a student. This is one thing that I regret over the past few years is I've been doing so much teaching. And at the beginning, I was doing a lot of teaching because I knew that I could learn to become a better teacher, a better instructor, and a better choreographer, and learn how to better articulate my moves verbally to other people of varying skill levels. But it's gotten to the point where I teach so much and I do so much work. Like, there's like choreographing plays and musicals and competition teams and doing auditions for stuff and performances for events. Like, I'm doing so much of that I haven't had the opportunity to be the student in a long, long time. And I miss it. Because what it's done is I've noticed that it's kind of plateaued me a little bit. And I'm still growing a little bit just because I can't stand still. Like, if I feel plateaued, I get very agitated. And I'm like, nah, I got to take somebody's online class or something. So I'm going up, but very, very gradually. And so that's why I've cut back on my private lessons and different things that I'm doing. So that way I can get to that point of going back to being the student. Remain the student. Train to perfect your craft and how you deliver it. And how you do that is by remaining a student of dance always. Still take opportunities, teach, give the knowledge and wisdom that you know, but remain the student always. Yeah, that's it. And last one, number 5, be patient and enjoy the process. You have to be patient. Because this, I promise, 99% of the time, 99.999% of the time, this is not going to happen overnight. And now you'll hear of those unicorn stories where, people get opportunities overnight. Right place, right time. You saw the right post or the right TV show opportunity or what have you, and then things just like popped off for you overnight. And it can happen, right? But that's more like the lottery, and it's more like taking chance. And if you were leaving it up to chance, you're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. And that's what we don't want to do, because you're going to come up against enough obstacles as it is making dance, building your dance career. So let's work on the things that we can control. And if one day we wake up and things popped off for us, amazing, beautiful. We not going against that, right? We're going to accept that. But until our day comes, we gotta be patient with the process, and we gotta enjoy the process. If you're anxious and you're not patient, you're going to get frustrated and aggravated. And if you're not enjoying the process, you're going to get frustrated and aggravated. And you're going to start to compare yourselves to others. And we don't want to compare ourselves. When we compare ourselves, we feel like we're less than. And that takes away from our light. That dims our own light. Don't make yourself small in a world that's big enough for everybody. That's all I got to say. Melvin Ac Howell, thank you so much for joining in, for tuning in, for sticking around through the whole episode of The Movement. Why? Because it ain't about the movement. It's about what the move meant. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I'll catch you next week on The Movement. Yeah! Thank you so much for tuning in to The Movement. Why? Because it's not about the movement. It is about what the move meant. Catch us every Wednesday at noon, right here, every Wednesday. Right here at noon, every Wednesday. Until next time, stay blessed.